Sure.
Alright. Alright. Starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Quiet as you can.
Alright. So this is... Thanks. Alright. So this is Halo 3. The console shooter series, the famous one,
this is Johnson.
where you play as
Fall back to the extraction.
as
Roger that.
I don't know, I don't know much about the story. It's like you play as some super soldier and you shoot some aliens to prevent the world from like, being destroyed, and there's also some like half love interest AI character, Cortana, which I'm gonna try to avoid talking to as much as possible because it loses you way too much time.
Spread out, you will. Find them.
Like every time she talks to you, you have this really like all these bright flashes, and you walk really slowly. So to avoid, makes the game a little bit easier on the eyes. But yeah, so one of the main tricks in this run is something called slide jumping. You can kind of see it. Basically, every time you land on like a slope, like a downward slope, I try to crouch and then uncrouch as I hit the slope and jump, which gives you a little bit of a speed boost. It's not really it doesn't save much time most of the time, but sometimes you can get some really powerful slides that save you like a couple seconds. It's just like some movement optimization. It's basically the main movement thing in this game.
Oh no, we're done for! Help, Ammo! We'll get you in numbers!
Yeah, like a lot of at least this level is just a lot of just movement optimization, like getting some tight jumps out there. Just gonna get this plasma pistol.
Yay! Save yourself! Even lives?
There's no real, I'm playing on the easiest difficulty here. Easy, because I'm a baby, and I don't like legendary. It makes me scared. But here's the first skip. So, as I talked before about Cortana, basically there's these really annoying cutscenes where she talks to you, and it slows your movement down, and it's just generally really annoying. And by jumping on top of those rocks, I never hit the ground. And because you never hit the ground, the Cortana cutscene never starts, so you skip it, and it just slows you down. There's bright flashes, it blinds you, and it makes you go really slow. It takes like a couple seconds.
Break off now!
I'm gonna do a little grenade jump here. Classic trick in first-person shooters. You just shoot a grenade or throw a grenade under your feet, and then jump as it explodes, and you just get a little boost upwards. Alright, picked up this brute shot here. So I can do something called a cone launch here. I might miss it. It's kind of tricky to hit here. I kind of got it. Basically, what I just did is I shot a brute shot right behind the cone, so that the cone slammed into me, and it gives you a lot of just a big speed boost. Sometimes it's kind of a weak boost. Sometimes it's a little bit stronger. It's kind of inconsistent, but just a fun little thing to do. So here's one of the bigger slide jumps in the game. Is this one? Oh, did I hit it? No, I missed it. Okay. But it basically skips this entire area. It's not that big of a skip, but it's just wow, please. Wait, let's do a bit of nade.
You want breakfast? You gotta catch it.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, there's just a bunch of walking here. You have to like walk past the destroyed pelican, and there's nothing really interesting here. I need to kill these enemies because if Johnson, the black guy who's been talking to you all game, if he doesn't get to like a specific point in the cave and doesn't despawn, the game soft locks here. Or well, soft locks. I mean, you have to basically revert checkpoint to fix it. So this section's kind of weird. How this section works is you have to first save Johnson from this little prison over there, and then afterwards you basically just try to kill a bunch of enemies until the pelican shows up to, rescue you from this little dam section here. But it's kind of weird how how much it saves time, like how many, because you have to basically, you know, kill these enemies here. But sometimes the game can be really annoying and make you lose time because it just doesn't feel like letting the thing show up, the Pelican show up early. But basically, I just have to kill a bunch of enemies and hope that the game decides to give me a faster Pelican spawn.
Here he is!
You can kind of ignore some enemies here because you don't have to kill all of them because they clean some of them up, and also sometimes the game just decides to let the Pelican show up early even if you haven't killed everything. I don't know, some of the triggers in this game are kind of weird. They just don't work. Like, I don't know, sometimes they aren't really as rigid, their definition, or the, like, conditions. I don't know, it's kind of weird. That's 2 friends here. That should be it. Or not. No, I gotta check when I think the Pelican's supposed to show up, like, right about now.
Focus! Phantom! I see him!
Yeah, it's not. Alright. Now we just wait. There is a trick to get to the Pelican early, but it's really risky and I'm not good at it. And it's, like, either you do a really risky strat that I can barely get, or you get a flare drop, equipment drop, which is like, has like a 5% chance of happening, so I'm just gonna take it safe. The trigger to end this level is getting into the Pelican here, and you can just jump into it a little bit earlier to make a level end, like a couple seconds earlier. The risky strat that I was talking about is basically you can do a jump into that Pelican while it's like destroying the phantoms, and then you can enter it as well, and then the level ends early, like way earlier, like 15 seconds earlier. But it's just inconsistent, and I don't feel like doing it. Alright. So, this is Crow's Nest. It's people who watch my stream know that this is probably my favorite level, except it has an intro of 2 minutes, which is incredibly boring and has like meaningless fighting, like even meaningless fighting on Legendary. Like, it's just not really hard. But
Master Chief, get there.
Here's one fun launch at the start here. Also, there's a cool little slide jump there.
Channel is secure. My fire
Doesn't really save
teams
much
are
time,
friendly.
but I like it because I seem to be the only one
I
that
need
does
that
it.
hangar cleared for evac ASAP.
Alright. Try to do a launch here, similar to the one. Actually, it's not similar to the cone launch. Basically, I just throw a nade here and then try to make that fusion coil explode. It's kind of finicky. The nade doesn't always land in the right spot to make the fusion coil explode, but if you do it right, it'll like launch you all the way down that little hallway street thing. Alright, so here's the kind of boring fight I was talking about. Basically, you just sit here and kill some enemies for like a minute and a half, but it doesn't really matter how fast you kill them.
Lost him!
So yeah, this is what the fight is. Basically just a bunch of phantoms show up in big ships here, and they just drop off a bunch of enemies.
Until the hangar's clear.
And the trigger for the next phantom wave to spawn, at least I think what the trigger is when these phantoms leave and when all the enemies are dead. Like when both the enemies are dead and the phantoms are away. So, I mean, it takes them forever to leave the hangar, so it doesn't really matter. You do kind of slow them. Also, I just did a fusion coil launch. You just stand on top of it and then melee it in the right spot, and sadly it's not used in the run, except if I choke hard in a fight later, but I shouldn't need to use it. It's the last phantom wave. It runs. This brute. Wait for the phantom to stop rocking back and forth. Wait a second, throw a nade, and aim. My aim is really bad. That's it. Those are all the enemies you have to kill. And I can just walk away because now the fight's done. Unless the door doesn't open, which I don't know why it wouldn't. No. Try a cone launch here. Missed it. Oh well. That's one thing I do a lot in runs, is I just try really precise tricks just for the hell of it, just to see if I hit them. Because it's not a big deal if you miss them. I mean, if you miss them, then you wasted a grenade, but grenades are not really a thing to worry about in this game, or especially in this level, because there's like nades everywhere, just randomly scattered along the ground for no good reason.
Anyone in the barracks? I need a sit rep now.
Alright.
Sir, this way!
Going to fight. Not really an interesting fight.
No!
Throw a nade
Coming
here,
out of the vents!
and then go
Line
on
them
this
up!
turret,
Line them up!
shoot all the drones while
What
they
the
come out of
hell
the
are
pipe.
these things, Sergeant?
There's always guaranteed to have some drones to kind of escape the fight before you get to the turret to kill them. So you kind of have to clean up a little bit after they all stop spawning. I think there's one back there. Nope. I killed him. That was really nice because most of the time the Marines just kind of stare at the final drone and never kill them, so the door never opens, which is really fun. But luckily that time they actually killed it, so thanks. We're gonna get the gravity hammer here, everyone's favorite Halo 3 weapon.
Fresh scent.
Just gonna charge this blast pistol, shoot him, shot him a couple times. He's dead. Got a lot of energy, that's nice. You can get like 50 energy, which is really bad. So I got 84, which is good. So here's the signature trick of this game, where it's coming up in a second. Also here's a Cortana moment. I'm gonna throw a nade down here to prop this little grate up. Move it a little bit forward, and then jump, and then swing. And then you go all the way down here if you do it well, and I somehow got it. That's nice. I'm gonna do a second one here to skip this little barrack section, like that. And that skips like this really long barrack section. It takes like a minute and a half, and has a bunch of brutes in spawn. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it takes like it saves like a minute. Like you just walk through this really long hallway. It's really boring.
Ma'am, I've got movement.
Here's a kind of tricky fight. I'm gonna have to nade these two brutes on the side here.
Going after the thrusters.
Got both of them with that nade. It's kind of tricky actually to get. Well, inconsistent, not like hard. Like it's tricky because it's kind of random. And then when you kill two brutes, these brutes up here spawn. Sadly flew away, annoying spot. And when you kill 4 more brutes, these over here spawn, over there. Throw that trip mine. Oh, tried to kill that guy, oh well. And they're all in this room you have to kill, and then you have to kill all the brutes that are left, which are 2 of them. I think I only left 2. Well, that wasn't the cleanest fight, but I didn't die randomly, which is nice. And sometimes one of the brutes can get stuck in like on a ledge or something, and then you can't kill them and can't find them, and then you just sit there walking around for like 30 seconds until one of them just randomly walks off the edge and dies. It's really nice, and by nice, it's pretty bad.
You will be the protectors of Earth and
another
all
launch
the
here.
colonies.
This one's going to be off of a weapon case here. That. That's good. Just some more I'm not good because doing this section on easy doesn't really matter that there's like a million enemies in this area. And then we got the bomb room. This is a really annoying launch because you kind of have to aim in a specific spot to actually launch down the entire thing, or down the room. And oh, we'll take it. You can get like a launch all the way down like straight, but the box is kind of on a really terrible angle because it's like aimed at the wall, which is really bad because there's these like giant support beams that can block your way if you just get the right angle. And now we just have to go back to the hangar that we very boringly did that phantom fight in at the start of this level. Do a little nade jump here to get a little bit of distance during this.
There will be a great deal of hardship.
Like they slow down all your movement here, but if you throw like a grenade and swing your hammer, you can get a little bit of a boost, so you just have a little bit of a head start, I guess. But the ceiling has like a whole bunch of random crap on it, so it's really good at just randomly killing your momentum. Alright, so So here's a cool trick, it's called butterflying. Basically what I'm doing is I'm meleeing and reloading and just like canceling the melee into a reload and doing that like constantly, which makes you lunge towards the little bugger drone fly thing, and then you can just like constantly lunge to it so you can kind of get like stick to it, I guess, which saves a little bit of time because they fly faster than you can walk. Got one more launch here. Got it. Ooh, good corner too, nice. And then you hit the elevator, and that's the level. Now you just wait here for like a minute or something while you wait for loading screens and the elevator to go down.
This place will become your home. This place will become your tomb.
I guess it's going fine. Alright, this is Savo Highway. This is the most uneventful level. It's 3 minutes of driving, that's kind of it. But
Chief, please respond.
I'll try to somehow
You
make
can
it
walk?
look cool.
Put your boots on the line.
I don't know
If you
exactly how
can
I'm
hear
going to do
me,
that, but I'll
find
try.
transport. Head to the
Chief's
tower.
got the right idea.
This warthog here.
Let's mount up. Get the hell out of these caves.
Let's try to somehow do some tricks with this warthog. The warthog's physics are kind of weird. Like they can be floaty sometimes, where if you like hit a side of something, you can kind of do like it's just really floaty. Like if you hit a wall, it can just completely flip your warthog, which is kind of funny, but it loses you a lot of time. Driving. In fact, actually going on the right here is actually faster. Thanks to oh god, I'm forgetting his name. Pickminion? Is that his name? I think that's his name. No, wait, no, that's I forgot it. That's a Savo record, but thank you for finally disproving the myth that going left is
Still
actually
can't get the
faster.
commander. Comms are a mess.
It only took us
Pelicans
3
are
years to
scattered.
actually
Best
figure
thing
that one
now,
out.
get some
That's
distance
pretty
between us and the
impressive,
base.
I'm not gonna lie.
Grunts are gonna be looking for survivors.
There's a fun section if you're playing on Legendary. There's like an absolute, just a horde of enemies in this little section here. Like if you ever want to kill some time, just go to the Halo speedrunning site, haloruns.com, and check out this the Savo Highway Legendary IO, and just check that area, because that area is really terrible, because there's just like a million enemies that all shoot you at the same time. You just have to like cross your fingers that you don't get killed. Pick up that gravity lift. It's inside of that building, but if you hug the wall, you can actually pick it up. This barrier. Throw a nade at it. Just in front of it. Somehow destroys it, even though it means it's a pretty terrible barrier. Grenades can just destroy it from the other side, but whatever, right? So here's the one trick in the level. As you can see, the highway unit is a little bit destroyed. And what they want you to do is they want you to continue and traverse the level on foot.
Say again, Recon? You're breaking
What
up.
you do is instead you can
Something
slow
in the
down
crater,
here,
ma'am. Something
throw the
beneath the
grav
storm.
lift down, and just drive straight over the grav lift and jump the gap. You can also technically
Master
squeeze
Chief,
between those barriers and make it without the gravity lift, but that's a really tricky jump. And, if you miss it, if you have a bad checkpoint, it can lose you like a minute for no good reason, really. It only saves like 2 seconds over the normal method. I'm going to slow down a little bit here because these choppers are really scary. Yep, that one. If those choppers hit you head on, they can chop your car in half and kill you. It's really sad because the Wraith is in like the perfect spot to hide those choppers, so you just kind of have to cross your fingers that they don't just ram straight into you. But you can also just slow down and play it a little bit safe. So instead of doing the boring way of getting on top of this highway, I'm going to drive off this side of this wall here. Just go straight up.
Chief,
And then you just have to destroy the barrier that's at the end of this road.
Open her up.
Destroy a turret. The level ends. Fun fact, actually, you might not know this, but if you tap the right trigger and mash the right trigger, it actually makes the chopper shoot a little bit faster than if you held down the right trigger. I don't know, it's a thing for some reason. Nice salvo. That was fine, I guess. I mean, it's really hard to get a terrible salvo because it's just a bunch of driving. Alright, next level. So this is Storm. This is actually kind of a weird level compared to all the other ones. It's this and Halo are the only levels that really have kind of wave-based fighting. It's not really a thing in this game. I mean, Crow's Nest has it, but in Crow's Nest it's completely boring phantom fights, which are not very hard. But this is kind of some fun stuff. First thing you're gonna do though is you're gonna shoot this Marine, take his Warthog, because it's, I don't know, like a second faster. He died for the cause, for the speed, so I think it's fine. He took it. So keep going. You don't really have to open these gates, but whatever. There's actually a timer here for the door to the next area to open, or to be openable. So I'm going to be staring at the button for a couple seconds here. This green button here. It hasn't loaded the area yet.
Kilo 2-3, this is forward unto dawn.
Try to enter by
sit rep, Commander.
Sticking one of the sides of the ghost into the door and then kind of turning into it is actually a really efficient way of entering
Moving as fast as you can, sir. I know we'll get it done.
Trying to kill some additional enemies here. The trigger to open the next door is you have to kill this area raid and at least 2 ghosts. And also a random amount of enemies. I forgot, I think it's 10 enemies that have to be left alive. And if you don't purposely try to kill some enemies, can't see where. Okay. But yeah, do that jump. Yeah, you have to kill you have to leave 10 enemies alive, and if you don't just kill enemies on purpose, you have to rely on the Marines, and every Halo player knows that Marines are terrible at killing enemies. They're better at killing you than they are at actually killing
I have defied
the Covenant
gods
because the
and
enemies
demons.
in this game, so it's better to just kill enemies yourself. Alright, so this is the second little fighting area.
You got anti-air raids from the next lake bed, Chief.
Over here, get this turret, this missile pod, and you just hope that the horrible turret lock-on that this thing has
One down, one to
actually
go.
cooperates. Probably won't. I'm not expecting it to cooperate, but maybe it will. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to lock into the Phantom. I wanted to lock onto those white things on the front, not these turrets. But it's shooting the turrets because why would you actually try to destroy the Phantom? Actually, that's fine. The reason why I'm destroying that Phantom is because it makes the next wave of enemies spawn, or Phantom wave. That rocket that just destroyed that ghost, like right there, that exploded almost in my face. That's why the Marines are really good at killing you, because they try to shoot ghosts, except you're standing right in front of that ghost, and then the ghost explodes and it takes you with it. And it's very sad. Doesn't say that. Locking on is literally the worst thing you could lock on to now this turret. Well, killed it. That's something. Let's see, is there a ghost somewhere that I can get? Or I guess I'm not gonna get a ghost. It'd be really nice if I could get like a vehicle here and drop it over there so I can pick it up later, but
something big closing in on your location.
Actually, are all the enemies dead? Because Phantom Debris is really good at hiding enemies, but it seems to be fine. Throw down this little grabby lift here. So I'm gonna do a trick in a second. It's basically to get onto the scarab early. You don't see it yet. It's coming in a second. But basically, it's this big thing. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shoot those glowing weak spots on its knees or leg, or I don't know what exactly you call that. You're supposed to shoot those glowing weak spots. But instead, you can do this really cool jump on top of it, just get on it, without having to do that. And the way to destroy, you just destroy this little part thing here, and that's it. Normally, I would get a ghost. Whoa, that was scary. Oh yeah, the Marines are really good at actually shooting the scarab while it's actually dead, and then you try to leave it, and then the rocket gets. Oh, woohoo! The Marine almost shot me in the face there. That would have been really bad.
Well done, Chief.
That was.
I'm sending in a few
I dodged like so many rockets in that section. I shouldn't be alive at this point.
One more target, Chief. There's a Covenant AA gun in the next area. Take it down and Nordhund can start his attack run.
Cortana moment, as I've done in all of them basically. Oh, the Marines are mad at me because I've killed too much of their friends. Luckily it's not legendary, so they won't insta-kill me, because on legendary they basically kill you like instantly. Or at least some of the Marines can kill you instantly with like one VR shot. Hopefully they won't do that now. Where's the brute shot? Oh, I don't worry about it. I'm gonna do some walking here. Could do some cone launches here, but the rocket launcher does too much damage, so it'd be really risky for me to do that.
Single Covenant ship just
gonna
split
walk it.
system.
Just one.
I'm gonna deal with enemies. Fast pistols here, because the little anti-air trick you see back there, that has a little bit of has a core that gets exposed every couple seconds after it shoots. And it's actually can get killed by 2 fully charged plasma pistol shots. And if I line this up correctly, I can actually shoot it from like very here. I think that would be fine.
Chief, Hood ships are closing fast.
Or did I shoot too
Destroy
early?
that gun. We're out of time.
Oh well. We'll just wait another second. Now, yeah. And that's it. 640 is fine, I guess. It's not that great, but not that terrible. Alright, this is Floodgate. This is a level that if you've ever watched a Halo 3 speedrun, you probably like this level the most, and I'll probably completely butcher it because
spreading all over the city.
For some reason, am really bad at it.
Find the crashed flood ship.
Let's see if it
Overload
works out.
its
There's a
engine.
bunch of launches.
We either destroy this city
using the gravity hammer off of these black boxes here.
Chief, make your way to the crash site.
Surrounded,
Throw a
Sergeant.
nade here, and hopefully this will move the box forward so I can launch off of it. Kind of on a bad angle, but I'll take it. Nope, never mind. That's too bad. It must have way down here,
Fall back!
It's kind of a annoying launch because that box can. The angle's really finicky. Another launch here. Throw a spike grenade inside of it to kind of change the angle a little bit.
Make short work of this abomination.
Try another launcher. Over here. Fine, I guess. Here, and then here's actually kind of, this is similar to the Cortana skip I did in Series 117, but instead I'm gonna throw a nade at this box. It's gonna move forward, and then I'm gonna go, come on, yeah, there we go. That's actually a really tricky skip to get, because if you even barely slip off of that box, you hit the Cortana moment, like Cortana cutscene trigger. Like, it's a really high trigger. Like, it's a really annoying skip to get. Or it's a really easy thing to mess up, because, you know, you slip off even a little bit. You hit the Cortana cutscene and you just sit there and look like an idiot.
Clear this sector while we deal with the flood.
Slide jump here. throw a spike grenade here, and that's gonna destroy this little box, and it like dismantles into all like a bunch of smaller ones. Change the angle a little bit. That should be fine. Nice. I try to do the same thing here, but this one can be kind of annoying. Whoa! Oh! Almost killed myself with that nade. Oh, it's at a bad angle. Yeah, it's too bad. Oh wait, this might work actually. No, maybe. Just I would have to get out of the way. It's fine, I guess. There's too many enemies. Alright, you can do a really cool launch here, which I'm not going to do because... actually, let's just go do it because I have to... I'll take it. If I miss it, then that's fine. Let's go for it. Let's see. Throw a trip mine, try to launch. Nope, didn't get it. That's too bad. Oh well. I got kind of a bad checkpoint. Oh well, that's fine. It's not like this was a world record pace to begin, or world record pace run to begin with. It's fine that I missed it there. Oh, that was a weird launch. That happens sometimes. You launch too quickly and then you slam into a wall and die. I guess I'll just walk it. Just take it safe. That's not a big deal. Had to do the launch. I would get flamed by the community if I didn't even attempt the launch, so anyone will come to yell at me, don't yell at me. I missed it, but I at least tried it, right? Hope that counts or something. I don't really mess with any of these launches because there's a box right there that you could do a launch drop with, but because it's such a short distance and you try to launch, it's very easy to slam into something and die, so I'm not even going to try that one. Just do some walking. We get introduced into the second version of a Cortana cutscene, but instead it's not Cortana talking to us, it's the Grave Mine. So instead of incredibly bright blue flashes, you get this weird green stuff. I'm not really sure what this is all about, but
I am peace.
as soon as you just walk really slowly, and he says all these semi-cryptic statements that are completely meaningless because this game's story is very not interesting. Alright, so the trigger to end this level is over there. There's a little shining thing over there. You have to hit B to retrieve Cortana, the annoying thing that talks to us sometimes. But there's a grave mine moment separating us between that, so you do this little slide jump. Well, that was a weird trajectory for that slide jump.
And sing
wow, that's
victory everlasting.
Oh, that's fine. And you just end the level like that. I got a weird angle on the slide jump, but you can, in theory, just make it all the way on to the ending and just end it during the grave mine thing. Alright, so this is the level that's gonna make or break this run. It's Ark. Everyone who runs this game does not like this level. I kind of like it, but it's kind of random with its enemies because there's choppers that can destroy you. There's just enemies that just can plain not show up for a minute, and then you just have to wait for it to show up and then kill it. Or you can have... There's also a door in the middle of this level that sometimes can just not open at all, and you just have to revert and try again. That is very fun sometimes.
Go, go, go!
Well, I guess it doesn't stop, not open, but sometimes it can take 2 minutes to open if an enemy decides to hide in a bad spot. But I think I'll be fine. Or maybe I won't be. We'll see. Just gonna do some walking.
Eyes on.
Small little slide jump. I'm gonna go for the 2-for-1 sniper shot here. Can I hit it? Nope. Blue shot. Blind, but alright, so I wanted to get that flare, but I guess it's fine because it's used for this little jump here. Guess we'll just try to do it without it. That's kind of oh no, I made it. That's nice. That area is kind of annoying because there's a bunch of brutes, and there's a more consistent method, or at least an easier way to get up there instead of doing that jump, but then you get shot at by a bunch of brutes with brute shots, and it's just really annoying. So I just do that jump. It looks kind of weird. I don't know. Just jump straight on that box and jump up. I don't know. It looks cool. Slide jump. Yep, okay. Get this rocket launcher. Try to not get blown up by that grenade. Alright, so here's the first part of why people don't like this level. This mongoose is really floaty. If you, yep, as you can see, it bounces around. You can, yep, again. Oh, actually managed to land there. So yeah, it's really floaty, and if you get hit by something or just have a bad turn, if you flip around, it does that. That's also really fun. Luckily, I made it without at least getting completely, or I didn't get completely screwed over. I just, it's a bumpy ride, I guess. So I'm gonna drive over this little rock thing here, like this rock formation here. You're supposed to go around it, but if you go over it, you actually skip a trigger of the level, because there's like a loading trigger there, and that this deloads a bunch of enemies earlier in the level, and as you can see, there's no enemies here. There's supposed to be a bunch of them, and because of this, those enemies never get deloaded by the game until like way later. And if I get lucky, the game won't like the fact that there's so many enemies alive at the same time, and well, if I get lucky, you'll see the effects of it. Here I just kill a bunch of enemies. That's what you really have to do. No scope there. Oh, what the hell are the ghosts doing? Alright. Can I snipe? Can I aim? I cannot aim. This is just one of the reasons people don't really like this level, because these ghosts can be really annoying to deal with. They can do that. Destroy this A race. Thanks to the ghost, it's going to take a little bit longer. Just need to shoot these spores. Grenade in them. Second one. That player wasn't that great, but it's fine.
Commander, bring her down.
Roger that.
The ghosts are
Beginning
in
my
back,
descent.
right? Alright. I guess I'll just try to get this ghost real quick, but well, let's just go for it.
Up high, here she comes.
Let's just run for it.
Going right in for atmosphere?
Guess we're gonna find out. Take cover.
Can I get the ghost? Alright, I'm gonna have to hope that my ghost doesn't get blown away by the very strong wind that this little big ass ship creates. Okay, it didn't. That's actually, I'm surprised that I actually managed to stay in this little area, because you have to, if you don't stay in this area, this little check or this chapter thing, where it says like 400 to 100 black bars appear, that won't trigger, and then you won't be able to continue through the level.
Structure on the other side of the wall.
It is.
But it's surrounded by really heavy armor.
Don't worry, I've got a
So
plan.
as you can see, the game's FPS is it's really choppy. It's playing in like 5 FPS, and that's because there's so many enemies alive right now from like the first couple minutes of the level. So if I get lucky, which I probably won't, judging from what happened before. No, I didn't think that. Basically what can happen is a bunch of the enemies will just sometimes not spawn in this area, which will be really useful because, you know, not having to kill a bunch of enemies is really nice. But, oh, what is the Wraith doing? Okay, that's an interesting thing to do. It does that sometimes. It's one of the magical things about this level, is that the AI in this game is not very good. Case in point, this Wraith is destroyed, I guess. Okay, alright, well, that's Arc for you. Let's get this one more. Destroy these shades here. Oh, nothing deloaded. Sometimes, at least most of the time, these little red shade turrets deload, but I guess nothing started deloading. That's too bad. Now actually one shade over here deloaded. One thing deloaded. And sometimes basically every enemy except the enemies that could drop into this little section here is deloaded. It's too bad, I guess. Chopper challenging me. Oh, alright, you can just go drive off the map, that's fine.
Come to the upper doorway.
Chopper here. Let's just hope the door opens. Maybe. I have like no ammo though. Bad. Alright, oh nice, the door actually opened, that's fine. Oh. This is the chopper, this vehicle I'm driving. It's also known as the worst vehicle in any Halo game. It's completely incapable of making any kinds of sharp turns. So I'm gonna be avoiding taking any sharp turns into like doorways, because it's really bad at taking turns. Like as you can see, like I was really like I shouldn't have it should have made it through the doorway at the start. Whoa, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I almost fell off.
Good work, Chief.
Okay, just careful driving.
On the far side of the wall.
Okay,
Make
and
your
the
way down
last
to the
doorway
cartographer.
here. Careful, careful. Okay, we made it. That is a lot more annoying than it looks. That chopper is really not a good vehicle. I can also randomly flip here.
Heads up, Marines. We got trouble.
Didn't.
Hit him where it hurt.
Okay. I'm not gonna slam into the chopper. That's also nice. Alright, so during Storm I went onto the Scarab, you know, using a grab lift. I'm gonna do a similar thing in this level. Basically the same way, except it's a lot more tight timing. Okay. If you don't go fast enough into driving, you can actually not make it in time, and you won't even be able to try this jump. Let's see if I hit it. I think that should be fine. No. Alright. Where's my chopper? There we go. Alright. I'm gonna do an alternate strat to get on top of the Scarab. Go over here. Try and drive on top of it just like this. Off of this ramp. That. Nope, wait. This is
Find that power cord, Chief.
wonders hard. Drive. Yep. That's the chopper. Not cooperating. Oh, what is the Scarab doing? I'm gonna go over here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so when the Scarab explodes, you want to stand here, because if you don't stand here, or if you stand here, the little loading trigger pops up a little bit faster. Just stand here, just wait. Pop up in a second or so. Or not? Alright. I don't know what this level wants to do, but apparently has a mind of its own. Alright, yep, alright, let's just not drive, let's just walk, just plain old walking. Is that gonna work? Okay. Kill these jackals up here. Kill that one. That one, so my aim is bad. That. And then you basically just wait for the Pelican to show up. Have a good level cover drop, that's nice. I try to kill, like, there's a brute that spawned down here and up and down there, like in these little things under the stairs. And they can drop a global cover, which is actually kind of nice. Kind of inconsistent, but it showed up. Normally, if that loading trigger popped up and I was standing in that corner, the Pelican would already be here, but I don't know, because the level didn't want me to go fast. It's gonna take a little bit. Alright, we're gonna kill an enemy here, or one of the Marines, for speed again. It's completely for the speed run, because it skips some dialogue to kill this guy. He will be missed. I don't know what his name is, but man, I'm really gonna miss him. But they have some boring conversation here, like this little blue orb called 343 Guilty Spark talks with that guy, and he layers him in the face for some reason, and it takes like a couple seconds and he skips it if he's dead. Some walking, little slide jump. We're just walking to hit a switch. I mean, I don't know why we're hitting this switch, but I don't know. Game wants you to do it.
Run away!
If the deployable cover didn't drop those brutes at the start, I could also kill these brutes here to try and get a deployable cover drop, but since I already got one, I'm fine. I'm gonna try to do the Oraxate strat here. You hit the switch and then try to jump off the map like that. But luckily, the cutscene triggers before you hit the death barrier. Fun fact, you cannot jump down there directly, because that's the ending section.
Follow the oracle spark.
Because there's like a death barrier just before the floor, so if you try to jump down directly, you just die from essentially nothing. It's really fun. Alright, so this is the second you'll see where the deployable cover comes into this level. Basically, you have a room here, right? There's a bunch of invisible brutes like this one that just, are in this room and are annoying. But if you block them off, that's just fine. If you block them off from the room like that with that little throw, toss. Okay, kill him. Baxmat kills this guy, but he's in a weird spot. He shouldn't be here.
Hang tight, Chief. We're on our way.
Right. So, yeah, I'm not gonna fight those invisible brutes because they're blocked in that room. And I'll explain in a second why I won't have to fight them. So I have to kill these groups of brutes here. Sentinel beam. I should have, normally I would have more Furod gun ammo and like maybe a sniper to do this section, but because this level isn't very fun sometimes, you need to do it this way, which I guess is fine. Kill these jackrals here. They sometimes like hide in the room that they spawn in, and you have to like wait for them to come out. That's why I threw a nade here, even though they were still there, back there. Alright, so as you can see, the loading trigger just, just loaded, and the level was about to end. But I never killed those brutes in there, but actually that room gets deloaded, and all the enemies get deloaded with it, so you never have to kill them because they're never able to leave because that deployable cover blocks their only pathway out, which saves some time. Alright, well that was Arc. That was not a very good arc, but I mean, it was kind of expected that it was gonna go wrong, to be honest. Alright, so we got Covenants. It's a cool little strat at the start of this level, when which we like to call the God Laser. The way this section works at the start here is you have to kill a bunch of enemies, and when you kill a specific amount of runs, these enemies back here will spawn, and luckily, if you line up the laser properly, it will kill like a whole bunch of enemies that spawn back there. So that saves a bunch of time, because the laser is basically the most powerful weapon in the game. It kills like everything in one hit. So you might not know how many enemies I just killed with that laser shot, but it was a whole lot. The A-raid and oh, that was it. That was really good. Like as you can see here, there's a lot of enemies here that I just killed with one big laser shot, which makes this fight a lot more consistent. Well, I mean, sometimes one of the Marines will keep one of the grunts alive, and then you don't have to wait for that grunt to die. But it's consistent as it's gonna get.
Smart police truth can activate the rings at any
I'm gonna use the Warthog here. Actually, the Warthog is faster to use than the Mongoose because
shut it down.
Well, the Mongoose might seem like it drives faster. This Warthog goes really fast downhill. I think it is because it weighs more than the Mongoose. It might be because its max speed is higher, but it's faster. Just trust me on this one.
The Arbiter and the Elites have touched down at number 2.
Just driving. Hopefully when I drop off here I don't randomly flip my Warthog somehow. Plane landing. These prowlers to pass. Just go straight in. Try to not land in the wrong spot. Just go into the tower. And you're supposed to walk all the way around to get on top of this elevator, but what you can do instead is you can just throw a nade. Nope, never mind. Nade didn't blow up in the right spot. Let's try that again. Nope, it bounced off of the box. Alright, let's do a Furod gun jump if the group wants to cooperate. Alright, whatever, that was something. That's fine. We just have to wait for this elevator to go up. Actually, let's throw this off. can stand on top of this for some reason. Not really sure why this is solid, but it is. Just spam a bunch of crew out gunshots and hope that they all die. They didn't. Oh well. Alright, kill that guy with a back smack. It's the most efficient way of killing that guy because back smacks kill everything in one hit. I never quite explained how you actually are supposed to kill
The Arbiter should be just about
the Brute Chieftain. Basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shoot its head until its helmet goes off and then you headshot it. But back smacking kills it immediately. And it also sometimes has that invulnerability thing where it like turns purple or that weird like shiny color or whatever. And luckily a back smack still kills it. Which anyone who's familiar with this game's multiplayer can attest that back smacks kill everything, even if you have literally your invulnerability. You're not supposed to die, but
make your way back to the beach.
Whatever. Alright. There's some fun driving while we go to the Hornets back at the beach at the start of this level. In a second you'll see why the Warthog is faster. You can kind of you're about to see like when it goes downhill, like it goes really fast. You might not be able to tell that well, but this is a lot faster than what a mongoose, or this is way faster than what a mongoose goes normally. I'm gonna slow down a little bit here because if you do this a little bit wrong, you can flip your Warthog, and that's bad. Alright, I'm gonna get the Hornets here. You actually want to get the one in the back here. Because that one is actually, you can enter that one earlier because the Marine leaves it earlier. And then we're just going to fly up a little bit until we get to the third tower. Actually, you know what? Let's try getting these Banshees over here. Oh, that's too bad. A really stupid, inconsistent strat that I thought of a couple months ago. Well, I didn't really think of it, but I started trying to do it in runs occasionally. Is if the Banshees try to like ram into you, you can actually leave the Hornet and hijack one of them. And because the Banshee has like a speed boost and all, it's actually faster to get that. But it's really inconsistent because, well, you should probably want to try it to see how inconsistent it is.
Then get inside the tower.
Terrible. Try to take a brute shot here. There we go. So I explained in Serial 117, actually I didn't explain that, but you can jump off of flares in this game, but you can also jump off of deployable covers here in mid-air like that. If you jump off of them in like the dead point of your jump, you can, you know, basically get like a double jump off of it, which helps in this section here. So I don't have any fuel rod gun shots, so this second tower fight's gonna be a little bit ghetto. Oh, that's even more ghetto since I missed it. The laser. Alright. Yeah, normally I would have some fuel rod gun ammo and I would be able to do this with less ghetto-ness, but it's just melee everything, I guess. Alright, well, it's still a sub-6 third tower, so I guess it's fine. But that fight was really bad, but... oh, let's keep that. Oh, wait. I don't need this flare, let's throw it away. That's the really annoying equipment that blinds you. You've seen a couple times used by brutes.
Weapon system disabled.
Yeah, that's the thing you can use in Serial 117 to like jump into the Pelican earlier or save some time. You might have seen I dropped my hammer early in the level, or while I was entering this tower. Words. But it actually stays until after the level, which is kind of weird. But you can kind of tell that like stuff stays after like you finish this, you know, tower fight, because those brutes are still there. Because there's supposed to be only flood at the end of this tower, but for some reason everything stays. It's kind of weird. I'm not really sure why that's a thing, but it's a thing, I guess. Yeah, right.
Punch through the cliffs. Get inside that citadel.
Yeah. It's actually kind of, you can actually mess with that, like keeping enemies around after like the weird flood things like appear. Because there's a cool video by a guy named Sly and Ghost who also runs this game where he like has like just a whole bunch of enemies that are just like in the cutscene, like the cutscene that I skipped, which is kind of cool because the cutscenes in this game are not pre-rendered; they're all like in-game, and all like the areas are most of the time not like specific cutscene rooms, like they're the actual rooms you were just in. So if you do it properly, you can get like a bunch of just elites to just and brutes like fight with each other during that cutscene. And there's actually kind of a lot of fun stuff you can do with cutscenes in this game. Yeah, the cutscenes in this game are really fun to mess with. Like you just have this, you can have like a bunch of stuff just stuck in cutscenes. It's kind of fun. So here's a scarab fight. It's really easy.
Count 2 scarabs.
Gotta perform a little bit of magic here, actually. Kill the scarab here, and shoot. It's gone. It's back. That's a really, it's kind of weird. I'm not going to explain exactly why it happens, but you can actually use like the way it disappears and appears again. You can actually use that because if you're inside of the scarab when that happens, it will like disappear and then it will reappear and it will hit you with like an incredible amount of speed. And if you're really lucky, you can actually launch from that scarab into the other one. There's a really cool video of that trick. It's a segmented strat though, so I'm hoping I didn't try to do it, but it's a cool trick called Scarab to Scarab, and if you have time to look it up on YouTube, that's also done by Sliding Ghost actually. Cool guy. Found a lot of cool tricks in this game. So if I can kill him, no. I tried to kill him there. And if you kill him in the right time, he won't talk and do this boring cutscene thing, or boring dialogue, but it didn't work, I guess. I don't know. That dialogue seems kind of finicky. So, there's an invisible wall there that doesn't let the vehicles enter this tower, but if you leave the ghost and then use a hammer to like punch it in, like past the barrier, you can actually drive a vehicle inside of here.
It asked, and I answered.
Cutscenes. Here you get some really fun bright flashes. Cortana. Can't see anything with this. Alright, so I'm gonna try a cool launch here. I might miss it because it's kind of inconsistent launch. But let's see if it works out. Oh, that's an interesting direction to go. Actually, let's try the DC launch. Let's try this one as well. Alright, so this is a really inconsistent strat, but I'm gonna try it real quick. Nothing good. Let's try the launch again, and if I miss it, I'll just keep going. What I tried to do there is basically that's a deployable cover, and if you get stuck inside of it, like while it's still deploying. All right, let's just walk. Actually, let's try the DC launch the second time just for fun. But if you get stuck in it and then walk out of it and get really lucky. Basically, you can launch, like it's like you get stuck inside of it, and while you're stuck inside of it, it tries to, very violently push you out of it, because you're not supposed to be in it. And if you get really lucky and walk out of it really slowly, it will like eject you with an absolute crap ton of speed. And if you get a perfect launch, you can get like all the way to the back end of this little bridge thing, citadel thing. But it's fun to just try. Might as well see if it works. Luckily I have the laser though. Take that chieftain out because that chieftain is really annoying to deal with because he tends to like hammer you off the bridge here, which would be very, very embarrassing to watch. Alright. We're just gonna go and hit the button at the end here. And then we're gonna go and walk back. It's a whole lot of walking. Switch. Skip the cutscene. Fun fact: if you mash during that cutscene too quickly, you can actually soft lock the game. The cutscene will get skipped, but then for some reason it doesn't actually go back to the game, and you'll have to save and quit and go back from a checkpoint, which is possibly the greatest thing ever in this game. But you should just hold A during that cutscene. If you mash cutscene during cutscenes, don't do that. Here's a launch. This one is kind of risky. Well, not risky, but it can be really annoying sometimes because there's a whole lot of like stuff here that can like make you fall off the bridge. And then just not really having a bridge anymore. Here. Punch that guy in the face. Get a Cortana. Or a Cortana cutscene again.
But I keep what I steal.
Blah. Punch this box into a right angle. That seems about right. Oh, that was fine. We're gonna go over here. It's actually important that I picked up this plasma pistol because sometimes, or in some levels, between some levels, you can actually keep the weapons you had from the level before and keep them and use them in the next level. But it only allows it for a couple weapons. Like you can't carry over rocket launchers, or in some levels you can't carry over rocket launchers and some kinds of explosive weapons. It's really weird. It's really specific to levels. But if I had that laser or that fuel rod gun that I picked up by accident, then I would not have had this hammer in this level here. Yep, there we go. There's the hammer. And it's going to be kind of useful to start here. This is the infamous Cortana level that people don't like. Except it sucks casually because there's a lot of Cortana moments and boring, irrelevant crap that you don't want to do. But speedrunning, it's fine. Here's a little, we're gonna just hammer swing our way through this little Gravemind moment. If you get through this hole while the Gravemind's talking, you will trigger the Cortana moment. The game gets a little bit confused, so it kind of ends this Cortana moment a little bit at the wrong spot. Sometimes they can actually trigger the Cortana moment, and the Cortana moment, like the dialogue will keep playing, but you're like in full control and like full speed, and like all the blue stuff is gone. It's a really weird skit. Yeah, weird. Here's the second one, the second Gravemind moment here, or Cortana moment, whatever. Gravemind moment, I guess. I could have done a DC launch to launch all the way through this really oddly shaped hallway to make it through and skip this little section here, or this Gravemind moment here. But it's really inconsistent because those like DC launches that I've talked about before, you know, the ones where you get stuck in the cover and then you launch out. They work the best on flat ground and on like really oddly shaped ground, like ramps, and just like ground that isn't properly like flat or like isn't properly. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's some flat ground that it just doesn't really work that well on. So I just didn't try it. Pick up some extra hammer ammo here. Here's a dumb launch that I'm almost certainly gonna miss, but I'll try it anyway. Just stick that enemy so he doesn't block your way. I did not stick him. Kind of a weak launch. Basically, you can just launch all the way down this hallway, but it's kind of a finicky launch because the box is at like the worst angle possible, and there's a box next to it that makes it really annoying to just launch off in general. So I wasn't expecting that much really anyway. There's a bunch of enemies here, but for some reason they all ignore you. I don't know why, but just walk. You're gonna meet all these Flood in the next level, Halo. You're gonna watch me have a lot of fun fighting them. By a lot of fun, I mean probably not a lot of fun, because they're really annoying to kill. At least some of them are really annoying to kill.
Time has taught me patience.
Fun Gravemind moment again, where you walk slowly and Gravemind yells at you a lot.
I will know all that I possess.
Yeah, man. So this is the Hell Room. This room can be really annoying if you're really unlucky. So let's see how unlucky I get. No, I'm fine. Sometimes Flood can, like, there's a whole lot of Flood in this room, or in that room, and they can, like, run into you, they can block you, sometimes they can leap from, like, another, like, level and then hit you, and then just completely mess everything up. That room, like, it may have looked completely harmless, but if you've done this game before, you had your share of runs that just died because the Flood just were not having your run. Just didn't want it to let it live. Here's kind of a weird launch. Is one of a kind in this run. This one, throw a nade down. The fall timer is basically this way to prevent you from, like, or basically if you fall too long, the game just kills you outright. And this launch is kind of annoying because it almost always gives you a lot of height. Oh, I got a trick. It's not a high one, but I think I'm gonna land before I hit the. Oh, this is so iffy luck. That just went on. That was too bad. Last Cortana. We'll skip, or at least this is kind of another annoying one to get. Should be fine.
We'll show you what she hides.
Trigger here. There's gonna be Cortana moment to trigger, and then no, it skips the grab. As you can see here, like the cutscene kind of ended, except you can still hear the dialogue going, which is kind of weird. Also, I just realized I forgot to recite the dialogue, so I want to apologize to Araxade for not doing that. I'm sorry. I forgot to memorize the dialogue. Because it's a good friend of mine, Araxade, who always he always recites the dialogue there for some stupid reason. But that's kind of a weird launch. You might as well try it. There's a lot of strats in this game that are really consistent, but you might as well try it because they don't really lose you time if you miss them, like that one. And some cone launch. I did it earlier in the game, or earlier in the run. Here.
We need to buy some time.
Try to knock it over by random
start a chain reaction.
Punching me.
Destroy High Charity.
I'm gonna do my own little. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna do my own fancy way of doing this reactor section. I'm gonna jump up here and then shoot him from on top. Actually, I need to actually run because I might actually die. I have no shields. Even though this is the easy thing, you might die. Except apparently the blood did not feel like shooting me while I had my shield down. So I guess everything's good. I guess it's fine. I guess. Everything is exploding now, and now I just have to get the hell out of this. It's just more walking. Session coming up actually is one of the not many times you can actually die on easy, but if you're not stupid, you'll probably be fine. If you don't kill these enemies here, you can actually die to them because they like explode, and then they like explode into all these small guys. Those small guys can fuck you up. They not very nice. Paid attention during this level, you saw me, you recognized this little area here, and I fell down from a hole in the ceiling, but actually, you can jump back up. Ah, damn it, I got shot while I was over there. This guy can jump back up. I can get the ammo. Please, help me. Like that, okay. Good enough. But yeah, this is a faster route to get back up there. You're supposed to take another route, which is I don't actually remember where. I don't know what the intended route actually is anymore. But that one is faster. That's all you need to know. It's faster. Oh, ooh, that's weird. I'm gonna try to do the chap fight special jump here. Can I get it? Ooh, I got it. Yeah. Slide all the way down. It saves half a second.
I've got a friendly
It's really stupid. It saves half a second, and if you miss it, you lose like 3 seconds. But it's a neat little jump there. It's actually, you might think that's a really easy jump, but that trick is actually. Oh, cool. What's that? It's a weird graphical glitch that can happen. But that jump is actually a lot harder than it looks. It saves half a second, but it's actually really tricky because there's a really low ceiling. The spot where you have to jump is really small. You can slide off everywhere. But I got it, and I saved half a second. So hey, speedrun, right? That's all for the run. All right, so here's the last level. You might have noticed that I purposely emptied all my guns while I was doing Cortana. While I left Cortana. It's to make sure that I didn't carry over any of my weapons to this level, because you can. And if you don't carry any of your weapons over, they just give you the default weapons that you get if you pick this level from the main menu level select. Which is really good because you can only get like 4 rockets if you went and carried over the rocket launcher from Cortana. but you start with 8 rockets if you do it this way, which is really nice. Alright, just some walking here. Back there is the infamous naked guy Easter egg, if people know about that one. Don't worry about it. There's like a weird hovering picture of a half-naked guy in that, or in somewhere back in that room. It's some dumb Easter egg. Don't worry about it. Just act like I didn't even mention it. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to walk up this tower and do a bunch of boring walking. But what you can do instead is you can throw the nade down here. So when you hammer, you can get on the side of this tower here.
At the top of that tower,
which lets you climb the tower a little bit faster. Swing the hammer to get up here a little bit faster. Then as a setup, I'm going to walk against this wall, jump, and then as I land, I shoot there, which kills Johnson, as you can see right there, which skips some dialogue later.
You in there?
Not this one, but later it will skip some dialogue, and it also skips, it doesn't skip, it spawns him into this building later, which is very useful.
Yeah, I hear you.
Actually, is that? I think that's part of that. That might actually just be how it works normally, but don't worry about it. No, that's not the case, but yeah, he gets spawned into that tower, and that's really useful. Trust me, I know how this. I remember the intended route of this game. So now I just have the like little wave-based fighting. It's not very interesting. Actually, I need to pick up this invulnerability here. I threw down a bunch of turrets, which are supposed to kill the enemies over here, but these turrets are really bad, so you might see me periodically going to the right side where I put all the turrets. Like little auto turret things that I put near the door to handle that side of the tower, but sometimes they just don't kill anything, so I might pop in to the right side sometimes. Yeah, they're not killing a lot of enemies there. Those spider enemies, these are the most annoying things in the world because they don't die to anything except for like melees and really specific like battle rifle shot or like shots at some weird weak spot, which as far as I know is basically non-existent. So people always tell me there's a weak spot somewhere, but I don't believe it. I think they're lying. Apparently if you shoot their like, don't really know how to describe it, don't worry about it. Oh, that rocket almost killed me. Yeah, these flood can have rockets. Luckily, they don't insta-kill you like they do on Halo 1. For anyone who's familiar with the library, rocket flood are not very fun in that level. But luckily, they don't insta-kill you in this game. They just take off most of your shields.
I'm tracking additional dispersal pods.
Alright.
They'll be hitting any minute.
Alright, so we're gonna go into here. That was kind of a meh fight, but that's fine. So, here's where the... Oh, also... that's the dialogue. There's Johnson's supposed to like walk down from that snow thing that he was on, snow path he was on, and then walk down and open the door for you. But if you kill him, you know he doesn't do that. Right. Kill Johnson here.
Build itself on this ring.
Actually, I want to hammer him. I think.
Be careful.
That's fine. Oh wait. Oh, that was the wrong weapon. Oh well. Too bad. This hammer is gonna save some time in the quote-unquote boss fight. This game is not very good, or this entire Halo series is not very good at boss fights, and this is just as trivial as every other boss fight, except for maybe the Tartarus fight in Halo 2. He doesn't really do anything. Like, if you walk close to him, he does this weird force field thing, but all you really do is you just kind of dodge his shots and just walk in circles until our good pal Johnson, over there, who's playing dead right now, shoots him in the face. There he goes. Shoots him, and because the laser that this laser you pick up from him is a different laser than the one you got from him like before. Too early. You can basically use both of these lasers, and because they're different lasers like, recognized by the game, it kind of allows you to like basically just let you bypass a little overcharge it has after shooting a shot. I'm just gonna throw this hammer over there. I've never actually tried this before, so I'm just gonna see if this works. To see if the weapon actually stays behind after the cutscene, because I don't think it does. But if I could get the hammer here, that would be nice. No, I can't. Oh, that's too bad.
But come.
Guess we don't get some fun little jumps at the end of this, or at the little room before before the walk in a second. That's no big deal. What I wanted to do is I wanted to keep the hammer around for the second half of the level, because they take away all your weapons after the boss fight, but if you drop them like in this little, just drop them anywhere here, they stay till, you know, the second half of the level, but I accidentally switched the wrong weapons around and
You
I
still
dropped
have a chance.
empty rocket
Find the
launcher on the
doorway
ground
in the
instead,
cliffs,
'cause
Chief. The dawn is on the other side.
Nice scenery. This is a neat room. It's a little bit of a callback to Halo 1. This room design was used a lot in the 2 trails. At least just a lot of the Halo 1 levels. This like room design. If you're a Halo 1 fan, there you go. There's your one shadow you're gonna get. You're probably not gonna get any other
Don't let this ring be the end of us, Chief.
So I'm turning on the invulnerability here because those little exploding flood can give you a little bit of a boost, and they also do a lot of damage. So, like if I had the hammer, I could combine the hammer swing with those flood explosions to get like a pretty big boost. But it's fine. Now I got the most exciting part of the run, some boring driving for like 5 minutes. There's a whole bunch of explosions during this section because, like, this place is exploding. I forgot why it's exploding. I kind of forgot the story of this game in the couple years I've started running it. So, I forgot why everything's exploding. But, everything's exploding. You're supposed to get to this ship. And, it's very exciting. Look at all of this, it's all blowing up. You got all this epic. That was terrible. What the hell was that? But yeah, yeah, there's just a bunch of explosions. And that was really bad. That's the one weird thing that this section has, is these panels, they can just land in front of you and kill all of your speed for no good reason. Okay, can it work? Okay. This jump here doesn't really do this that much, but it, like, too bad. But the important part here is that it skips enemy spawn, and there will be a bunch of flood here. They could flip your Warthog, because, as I've said before, the Warthog physics are really, they're really floaty. Like, this thing can just flip around really easily. Like, I've done Tony Hawk style, like, kick flips. Yeah, Tony Hawk style, like, kick flips in this run before. So, yeah, it can be very terrible. More explosions, very exciting, you know. Show that, you know, that everything's blowing up, man. You gotta go fast. Get to the end before everything's gone. Here's a really cool explosion here. Actually, wait, no, it's in the next section. It's actually a cool skip you could do from that Hiipfire. I don't know what you call this. On co-op, because there's a Warthog on this little spire thing on co-op, and you can actually drive into that Warthog and fly on top of this spire and then skip it. It's a really cool strat, but sadly it's not in solo because for some reason I have spawn an extra people. Also, you just saw Sentinels that are in this area. They're kind of annoying because first of all they shoot your Warthog with sentinel beams and they can flip you. Second of all, if Arbiter shoots them, and you can see they explode, and if they spawn, or they explode really close to you, they can flip your Warthog. Another amazing way that the developers of this game, you know, found to do this. So I'm just gonna try here just by going full speed. If I land up correctly, that should be good. Drum straight over this. Not doing any of this. Getting a little bit louder so you know it's, you know, really urgent. Gotta go. It's a very exciting end. I wanted to basically relate at the end of this game that you can do, where you drive over to take the unknown left route. You see those panels over there? You can actually drive on those and you do some really incredibly precise jumps and hammer swings and a bunch of crap. You can actually get to the left side of this little driving section here, and you can actually do a launch, hammer launch off of this warthog into the ship. It's a really stupid launch, and anyone watching my stream 2 years ago, you've seen me put in 2 or 10-hour streams where I just grinded that launch over and over. And it's a really cool strat. I think it's highlighted on my stream, and I think there's also a YouTube video of it. Check it out. Also, I'm taking the wrong route here. You actually are supposed to take the top route here. It goes faster, but apparently I'm taking the bottom route because I'm feeling nostalgic. This is the route I always took and always thought was faster until someone proved me wrong. Yeah, like this is the big ship that you enter if you like launch from the left side. You see it over here. You can see like the little platform over there. Jump! Sadly, can't do 360 Halo 1, and then the game ends, and that's it. That's Halo 3. Yeah! That was it.
What's your time? 1:20.
That's fine, I guess.
Yeah,